What up, K-Rugs, the sober dog, coming at you. Today, my craziest experience drinking. The blackout drinking disaster with, you don't even want to know, waking up in the hospital, the whole nine. We're going to get into it right now, all right? So, I'm living in Baltimore with a couple of buddies of mine after college, and it's New Year's Eve. We draw straws for who's gonna be the DD. I draw the short straw. I'm pissed. New Year's, well, it didn't have to be any special occasion. I drank and I use drugs every day. I'm a full-blown addict at this point and alcoholic, but I'm just pissed. But whatever. I gotta be true to my word. I'm not gonna put them in danger, and I already got in trouble for drinking and driving, so we go out, go to a friend's house, everyone's partying, I'm having my Red Bull, my water, whatever. So we go out to a bar, it's $100 to get in the bar, no matter all you could drink. But I said, oh, I'm not drinking, you still gotta pay the $100 to get in. So whatever, I pay the $100, I'm in too. Everyone's partying, having a good time. For an addict like me, an alcoholic like me, there is no good time if I'm not enjoying my drugs or alcohol. Like, a normal person could kind of accept that and still, okay, meet some girls. If it's a girl, meet some guys, whatever. Have fun, be with their buddies, enjoy it. I can't. There wasn't any nights not drinking or using at that point. That's all my brain wanted. So it's probably 11 o'clock and a girl came up to me that I knew was talking to one of my buddies, and she said, hey, you guys can crash at my place tonight. I live like 2 miles down the road. My brain, the alarm bells are going off. Doot, doot, doot. Figure this out. Talk to my buddies, everyone's cool with it. Boom, the explosion goes off. I already paid, all you could drink, game on.
Game on.
I go up to the bar, I tell the bartender, shot of tequila and a glass of water and don't stop. Just keep refilling them both. And I'm taking shots of Jose and chasing it with my water and just go to town. That is the exact scenario of an alcoholic brain. Find my way to drink, and when I can, completely overdo it in such a short span of time. So I do, and I'm drinking and drinking. For the next 40 minutes, I just sit there. And that's it. Boom. I wake up at 4 p.m. the next day, don't have any idea what happened. I'm naked, I'm strapped to this hospital bed gurney thing. No clue what's going on. Hey, if you like Soberdogs content, I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe, hit that like. Let's get right back to the video. No idea what happened after like 11:40. No clue. Don't know why I'm there, don't know what's going on. The nurse comes in and she starts calling me Nemo. How you feeling, Nemo? Oh, you're finally awake. I said, Nemo, why are you calling me Nemo? She said, apparently you went swimming last night. I said, what are you talking about? I end up finding out after those shots, it immediately turned into a blackout. I have no idea how many I took, no idea. Just my alcoholic brain was catch up for the last 10 hours you haven't been able to drink. I don't know to this day if I got hit, if I jumped, if I was trying to commit suicide, but I fell off the harbor in Baltimore on New Year's Eve. So there is ice in the harbor. The water, the Chesapeake, is 32, 33 degrees. There's floating chunks of ice. It's not totally frozen over, but a lot of it is. I fall in the water, hit my head on the way down. I'm fully clothed in a suit and tie and all that. Floating out. Apparently I was flailing and screaming. My best friend who was with me had to jump in his suit and tie and try to hold me up, calm me down, go nuts to just survive. People are watching. It's a solid fall down. This isn't like a 6-foot fall. This is a solid fall down. People are watching. The fire department had to get called. There was a helicopter there, the Coast Guard helicopter. I had to get like lifted out. But the worst part too was, while this was happening, my other best friend is on the phone with my father back in New York at, it's like 12:30 a.m. now, telling him, I don't know if he's going to make it. And this is before the other guy jumped in. And my father is 6.5 hours away in New York, totally helpless, totally clueless as to what's going on, just hearing your son might not make it, with screaming in the background and just a disaster. To this day, that is one of the biggest things that haunts me, is putting my family through that. I can't imagine what my father had to go through the rest of that night, hearing his son's best friend say he might not make it and not understand what's going on and be helpless. To the fact that at 11 p.m., I am 100% sober and normal. And in a matter of like 25 to 30 minutes, was in the worst blackout of my entire life. Prior to this, I had drank a solid 500 times. Serious, liquor, alcohol, 151, Patron, whatever, you name it. All the time, in college, everything. So to get that drunk that quick in a total blackout, and then either be so messed up that I fell off the harbor, or was so messed up and depressed that I decided to jump off the harbor, is a scary, just all around scenario. If my buddy's not there, I'm dead. If 5 more minutes go by, I get hypothermia and I die. If I walk 10 feet over in that direction and the same thing happens or whatever, I'm done. I'm gone. Any little thing could have happened to make this deadly. And then to top it off, as that's talking to the nurse, that next day, I'm like, I gotta pee. She's like, no, you don't. I go, yeah, I gotta pee. I would know, you wouldn't. She goes, no, you don't. I said, what are you talking about? How would you know I gotta pee? Or wouldn't have to pee? She goes, look down. I look down, I got a catheter in there. So it's peeing, automatically. If you've never had a catheter and it's a tube up your penis, so the pee just kind of floats out for somebody who's in the state I'm in. And so a couple minutes later, when I'm getting ready to be released, she pulls this thing out, and oh my God, is that an awkward, weird, miserable, goofy feeling. Just, But that was just a concrete example of how fast, how scary things can get. If I had the ability to, I would have driven that night. I would have done whatever. Can you imagine that? I would have crashed within 50 seconds of getting in that car and could have killed a family. That's just one of the craziest nights with alcohol. This is going to be another video and a start of a series of crazy, things that happened on drugs or alcohol, and hopefully to guide people away from not trying them, learn from my mistakes. So, hey, if you like Soberdogs videos, hit that like, that subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. All right. Soberdogs does not promote or condone any drug or alcohol use. Please seek professional medical help if you have an addiction. Recovery is possible. These videos are for informative, educational, and entertainment purposes only. K Ruggs, the Sober Dog, and I'm out. See ya.